So I've received a few questions regarding your week 1 assignment 2, the discussion thread assignment with the interest inventory and the pre-writing exercise. So I just wanted to go over it really quickly and make sure that everyone understands. So for the first part of the assignment, the interest inventory, you are to complete basically just it's a series of lists that you're going to generate using the 10 categories provided by our textbook. And remember, there's a link in the assignment that will take you to the assignment instructions itself. They're from our textbook. So something you can do is just grab a sheet of paper if you want to handwrite this to start, or kind of just make columns in your Word document and go ahead and just brainstorm anything that comes to your brain concerning each one of those different categories. So for hobbies, I don't know, maybe you would talk about crafting or sewing or whatever your hobbies are, just whatever you think of. Do all of the things you come up with have to be about your major? Oh no, of course not. They're not all going to be about your major, but because hopefully you have an interest in your major, some things pertaining to your major or even tangentially related to your major will emerge in this exercise. Once you have a list, and there's no set number of items that you need to have per each of the 10 categories, just do as many as you can, until you feel like you've kind of exhausted it, and then go on to the next. Once you have all of these different topics in front of you, pick one. Circle it, highlight it, whatever. Just indicate to me which topic you've picked out of that entire list, and then go on to come up with a series of questions that you have about the topic, okay? Again, no set number here. I just want to see some effort put forth. For part 2 of the assignment, hopefully after you generate the questions, you will start to think of different lenses that you can use to apply to the subject that you've selected, or different ways you could examine it, different questions that you have. And when I talk about coming up with questions, I always encourage you guys to think of questions that don't have easy answers, okay? So a lot of times, because students know that they have to write about their majors, students feel compelled, or they think only in terms of what are things pertaining to their field. So they ask questions like, okay, if I'm going to be a graphic designer, what are the job opportunities? What kind of salary am I looking for? And these are very cut and dried responses. Okay, so instead of thinking about the career and what the career itself has to offer in terms of future employment, think about issues related to the career. So for example, if you're a photography student, you don't have to write about the different types of photography that someone could, find themselves being employed in. Instead, you could kind of think outside the box. So you might be interested in the ethical nature of using Photoshop in advertisements, because that is something that pertains to your industry. It's not related directly to maybe a career that you'll have per se, but it's related to your industry, and that would be okay. Maybe another topic could be if you're a fashion student. I've had a couple of fashion students, whether you're a designer or retailer, looking at advertising campaigns and calling into question some of the ethics involved in advertising campaigns, kind of along the same lines. So don't feel limited. You're not writing about your career or potential job opportunities in your career. Think about issues that people in your field would care about, and try to pick something that's interesting, that doesn't have an easy answer, something that maybe a lot of people haven't discussed or haven't stopped to consider, and try to find something like that for your topic. Of course, if you need help, I will be jumping in the thread. I will be offering you feedback, trying to guide you in a positive direction so that you select a topic that is best for you. But hopefully everyone's doing well. If you need me, I'm here. Be sure to email me. You can give me a call. My phone number is available in the contact information, in the announcements, and I will see you in class. Take care.